And now to discuss this issue, we have with us Mr. Farhan Helmi, the chairperson of the Tamarin School on Climate Change and Sustainability. Hello, Farhan.
Yeah.
So what can we expect from the Paris Agreement today?
I think the first we should celebrate after 1970, that this is almost 46 years, that all dreaming in the past has become reality. And today, I think we should also celebrate that all leaders come together to sign the Paris Agreements. Just to put the context why this is very important for us, because looking at all the target that Paris Agreements already decided, if we would like to keep 2 degrees warming, at least we need to have our carbon budget is around 1,000 billion ton or 1,000 gigaton, in the range of 1,000 gigaton or up to 1,200 gigatons. So if we assume that the annual greenhouse gas emission totally globally is 50 gigaton, so we just have 20 to 25 years left to transform or to change our behavior towards that's safe for the environment, safe for the people to living in the better environment. And if also we assume that we are comfortable with 1.5 keep warming 1.5 degrees, meaning that we just have 1 decade to also change our behavior. So that's the challenge. So I see the agreement in the Paris in the Paris Agreement is really critical to our life.
Right, now let's talk about these promises or vows that start with Indonesia. And Indonesia vows to reduce gas emissions from 26% to 40% by 2020 to help delay the 2 degrees Celsius rise. And what have Indonesia done so far? You said before the interview, you said that there's a lot of factors, of course, but from the government side, what have Indonesia done?
I think setting the target of 26%, as we call it, the unconditional, and then 41% if there's also help. There's actually a lot of happen up to now. For example, in terms of the government already translate that into 70 activities. And then also the government already established so-called measurement reporting and verifications to track the progress. And also most importantly is they already established the so-called the means of implementation. So now is in the process a lot of the achievement in terms of financial scheme, capacity building, as well as the technology used to achieve the target.
Now let's talk about numbers though. You're talking about financials. What are the numbers, the data that we're looking at right now?
So I think there's a lot of figures, but some of the, in terms of the international, what I see from some report is almost half of, I think more than $1 billion US dollar or so flow to the countries. For example, REDD+, the Norwegian government, for example, committed to provide the financial support up to $1 billion US dollars. And also there is a lot of the cooperation with JICA, with other partners that now the government is trying to tracking down and then the progress, not only the support, but also how this related to the emission reductions. So this is a really critical part of the commitment.
And what about engagement to the stakeholders? How is it looking right now?
I think we should see the Paris Agreements open up the not only the government, so we call it non-state actors. So by recognizing the non-state actors, meaning that there's also new dynamics that the government should talk with the non-government actors to come to the consensus how they allocate, for example, the target into the implementation. So this is really a big opportunity for both both sides, both government as well as the non-state actors. Looking at, for example, cities, there's also a big opportunity how they also apply their commitment at the city level. And then we cannot also avoid that this is a big pressure from the international. And for example, all the mayors get together to create the compact of mayors,
Right.
to come up with the commitment.
Now, what about these non-government actors, which means the companies themselves? How are they pushing towards a greener industry or implementations for commercial companies now?
Yeah, I think there's two, let's say, two kind of approach. One is the greening industry. A second is the green industry. So greening industry is something that you start with the brown industry, that you a lot of the emission coming up from the process. Then you need to find out how to change that, become a greening.
So converting everything.
Yes.
And then the other one?
Second is the new ideas of building a green industry, totally new, for example, and know a lot of innovations, solar energy, and a lot of the kind of the action that can be developed by innovations. For example, if the process can be created in 5 steps, with the new introduction of technology, perhaps we can create 2 or 3 steps. That meaning that you create a more efficient process. At the same time, it will in fact that you reduce the emission to the atmosphere.
I know in North America there's private companies that are specializing in solar energy, but Indonesia itself, are there yet private companies that have invested in these solar energies that are maybe not proved to be profitable yet?
Yeah, I think if you look at the how the economy works, is depend the scale. So in other countries, at some point they already achieved that this is a market price on that. But now we are going to that directions. I think a lot of the, for example, community, even people looking at how to use the solar energy and more efficient. And this is a big opportunity for the company. Like, for example, I can name a few, like PT Land in Bandung, yeah.
Okay, and what are they doing there?
They also developed the solar energy.
Profitable, would I say?
Yes. And that also, but of course, compared to the type of the existing one, we should also have a support from the government, how to incentivize that all this technology can be, flooding the market.
Okay. So we need government incentive, it's very important, but we are going towards that, the greener economy, which means it's profitable.
Yes.
Okay, let's hope to get there. Thank you so much for your time, Baba.
Thank you.